Hello my champ and welcome back. I am your shield. Today again we are back with Whiteout Survival. So one day ago I made a video on the Hendrik versus Sonia. I was telling who is better for you for the free to play type player. In that video I made one statement that two same heroes skill work as the additive in case of joiner and two different hero skill work as the multiplicative for the joiner. And one guy commented my statement is wrong. I agree, I gave a wrong statement. The actual statement should be two same skill can work as the additive, two different skill work as the multiplicative. Okay, I mean it don't depend on the hero. Let's say Bradley and Seoyoon. Bradley have 25% attack up. Seoyoon have 25% attack up. So Bradley is one hero, Seoyoon is another hero. They are different, but still their skill will work in the additive way. Okay, Bradley attack up and Seoyoon attack up. They are together additive. I agree. I gave a little wrong statement. I said two same hero skill work as the additive. The actual statement should be two same skill work as the additive. As example, Jessie with another Jessie that will work together in the additive. Okay. Now, one exception I can tell. I was thinking it as example, but it is the exception. Jessie have damage up. Then Sonia also have the damage up on the joiner skill. So you are thinking one Jessie and one Sonia, they together make the additive. No, one Jessie, one Sonia together make multiplicative. That is some exception, you can tell that. Jessie, Sonia both have the damage up skill, but it is not additive, it is multiplicative. Now this statement is also not fully correct. What I said, two different skill work as the multiplicative, that is not fully correct. The full correct statement I can tell, attack type skill and lethality type skill together work as the multiplicative. Okay, all the skill that is related with the attack and all the skill related with the damage or lethality, they together work as the multiplicative. I will tell you in today's video. So to make you understand, I have made one chart for you guys, and in this chart I'm trying to tell you what I have understand by playing Whiteout Survival. I will tell you how rally joiner skill actually work. I'm telling you with proper example. So let's say I am calling rally with the blue hero. Blue hero because I want to say there is no stat from the rally caller. Because what I just told you, two joiner same skill that is additive, two joiner different skill that is multiplicative. Now rally joiner skill and rally caller skill, they can also work together in the additive and multiplicative. Let's say rally caller one skill that is matching with rally joiners one skill, they can work together as the additive. Okay, I'm telling you the example, then you can understand properly. So here is the blue hero. I am calling rally with the blue hero. Then I have two Jessie in my rally. Okay, two joiner Jessie in my rally. So what will be total damage? This one is the base level stat. This one is the base level, you can say damage or lethality. Now what I have seen, damage and lethality, they are almost same, you can tell that. The actual formula is damage equal to attack multiply lethality. But in the game we can see in some case damage and lethality they are counted as the same thing. Then you can tell me, if damage and lethality they are counted as the same thing, then how attack multiply lethality equal to damage? That is some wrong thing, right? No, what we say attack multiply lethality, that is not actual damage. We can say some damage, you can say final damage. Okay, attack multiply lethality or attack multiply damage, that is equal to final damage. So we have two Jessie, one is the base, then plus 0.25 plus 0.25. This 0.25 coming because Jessie have the 25% damage up. If you go go to the game, you can see Jessie first kill 25% damage up. So that 20% equal to 0.25. So 0.25 plus 0.25 equal to 1.5. This 1.5 is the final damage. Then how much damage up from this number? Minus 1 multiply 100. Do you understand what I just said? 1.5 minus 1, that means 0.5. 0.5 multiply 100 equal to 50%. So total damage up 50%. If I show you this side, look at this. So we have 1.5. From 1.5 just minus 1, that is equal to 0.5. 0.5 multiply 100 equal to 50%. So total damage up from 2 Jessie, that is equal to 50%. Now here I want to tell you something. When two same type skill coming together, that is additive. But it can also create diminishing effect. With the diminishing effect, this should not be actually 50%. This should be less than 50%. Something 45, 47, 48, something like that. Okay. I cannot tell that. It depends heroes to heroes. But from 2 Jessie, damage up is not 50%. It is less than 50%. The number should be between 45% to 50%. Now what happens with 2 Seoyoon? This one is the base attack. The first one, it was the base damage. The second one, it is the base attack. Okay, one thing is missing here, I did not tell you. When I am calculating final damage, I always take attack multiply lethality. You can see 2 Jessie, that is giving me lethality or damage, you can tell. Then what is the attack? It is multiply 1. If we multiply this thing with 1, it will be the same number. So I did not write the number here. Okay. It is basically 1.5 multiply 1 equal to 1.5. Okay. Now in case of 2 Seoyoon, when we have 2 Seoyoon in our rally, this one is the base attack. Then 0.25 plus 0.25, that is coming from 2 Seoyoon, because Seoyoon give you the attack up. Look at the Seoyoon skill, attack up 25%. So you can see the base is 1 plus 0.25 plus 0.25 equal to 1.5. With this 1.5, again we can multiply 1. That multiply coming from the base damage. Base attack plus base damage equal to base final damage. Now that is from 2 Jessie and 2 Seoyoon. What will happen if we give 1 Jessie and 1 Seoyoon in the rally joiner? Then it will be 1 plus 0.25. This one is the base damage, and this 0.25, it is coming from Jessie. And this second one, it is the base attack, plus this 0.25, it is coming from Seoyoon. Okay, and total you can see multiply 1.25 multiply 1.25. This 1.25 is the damage coming from Jessie, and this 1.25 is the attack coming from Seoyoon. Total damage we can tell 1.25 multiply 1.25 equal to 1.5625. Okay, that's how we can calculate the damage as the rally joiner. Now you can try different combo. I have made some combo for you guys. I'm trying to tell you. Let's say I have 4 Jessie in the joiner. Then what will happen with the final damage? I told you all the same skill, that will be additive. Or you can say when we have all damage up skill, that is additive. Or when we have all attack up skill, that is also additive. But when we have attack up and damage up together, that is multiplicative. So we have the 4 Jessie right now. So it will be 1 plus 0.25 plus 0.25 plus 0.25 plus 0.25. Okay. And it is 1 plus, not 1 multiplicative. 1 plus because we have the base 1 damage. So total we have 2. Now there is one invisible thing here, I did not write it. After this you can write multiply with 1, because that is the attack. When we are calculating the damage, I mean the final damage, we also consider the attack. So with these two we multiply 1, that will be again the 2. Okay. So this 2 is the final damage. Or what will happen if we have 4 Seoyoon? So 1 plus 0.25 plus 0.25 plus 0.25 plus 0.25. All the 0.25 coming from 4 Seoyoon. Okay. And this one, what you see here, this one is the base attack. This one is the base damage. This one is the base attack. So total damage you can tell that is 2. Now again one thing invisible here, I did not write it. This 2 what you are seeing here, that is the 2 attack. With this 2 attack we multiply 1 damage. 2 multiply 1 again, that is 2. So this 2 is the final damage. Okay. If we have 4 Jessie joiner, the damage will be 2. If we have 4 Seoyoon joiner, the damage will be 2. Now we can increase the damage if we put mix of Jessie and Seoyoon. By the way, Jessie and Jasar, they are same. There is no difference. Okay, Jessie, Jasar same. So if we have 3 Jessie and 1 Seoyoon, what will happen? Try to understand properly. This one is the base damage plus 0.25 plus 0.25 plus 0.25. All this 0.25 that is coming from 3 Jessie. Okay. This one you are seeing here, this is the damage. Multiply attack. This one is the base attack plus 0.25 because we have 1 Seoyoon here. 1 Seoyoon give us 25% attack up. That 25% attack up is going here. So 3 Jessie plus 1 Seoyoon, this combo will create 2.1875 this much damage. You understand what I said? 3 Jessie. 3 Jessie is this part. Okay. If I show you properly, this part what you are seeing here, it is the 3 Jessie. And this part, it is the 1 Seoyoon. Okay, I'm trying to tell you like this. So this part was 1 Jessie. And this part was 1 Seoyoon. This part was 4 Jessie. And this part was 4 Seoyoon. Again this part 3 Jessie. This part 1 Seoyoon. Now what will happen next? 2 Jessie plus 2 Seoyoon. So 1 plus 0.25 plus 0.25. So this 0.25 plus 0.25, it is coming from 2 Jessie, 25% damage up. Again 1 plus 0.25 plus 0.25. This 0.25 plus 0.25 coming from 2 Seoyoon, 25% attack up. And total in the middle you can see the multiplicative, because 2 Jessie, 2 Seoyoon, that will create multiplicative stat together. So 1.5 multiply 1.5 equal to 2.25. That's how you can see all the joiner skill actually work. Now it is completely basic. I gave you the example. Now I want to give you one more example. What will happen if our skill is matching with the rally caller? I mean, what will happen when rally caller, rally joiner, they have the same skill, or rally caller, rally joiner, they have the different type skill? What will happen in that case? Okay, this example, what I am showing you, it is just example. This thing does not happen in real life. Okay, the second one is actually real. The second example is real example. The first example is not real example. It is just example for this video. So let's say we have the Jeronimo as the rally caller, and I'm counting only Jeronimo first skill. Jeronimo first skill, that is the damage of 25%. Now when we are calling rally or anything, we have to calculate all the skill. But just for this video as an example, I am counting only first skill, that is damage of 25%. So damage of 25% will be this example. The second example is a real example. The first example is not real example. So try to understand properly what I'm saying. At first we have 2 Jessie. So 1.25 plus 0.25 plus 0.25. How this 1.25 came? In this 1.25, 1 is the base and 0.25 that is coming from Jeronimo first skill. Because Jeronimo first skill, I told you, that is also damage up. Now why the plus sign in the middle? 1.25 plus 0.25 plus 0.25. Why the plus sign? Because uh, 2 Jessie and Jeronimo first skill, that is together making additive stat. Jessie have the damage up, Jeronimo also have the damage up on the first skill, so together additive stat, so it is 1.75. Now one thing is missing here, you can tell, that is invisible in this sheet right now. 1.75 multiply 1. Okay, that is the attack part. So 1.75 multiply 1 equal to again 1.75. Now what will happen if we have 2 Seoyoon? I mean, we are calling rally with the Jeronimo and we have 2 Seoyoon joiner. Okay, so 1.25 multiply this part. Try to understand. Difficult thing, try to understand. 2 Seoyoon. 2 Seoyoon, that will give 25% attack up. 25% attack up is coming here. Okay, 25% attack up is 0.25. Now this 1, that is the base attack. So 1 plus 0.25 plus 0.25. This thing multiply with the Jeronimo first skill. Jeronimo first skill damage up, Seoyoon attack up. Together they multiply, and in this 1.25, 1 is the base damage, 0.25 is the Jeronimo first skill. So total what we are getting, 1.25 multiply 1.5. 1.25 coming from Jeronimo himself and 1.5 coming from 2 Seoyoon. Total, okay. Total, it is the final damage, you can tell. Okay, next part slightly more complicated, try to understand. We have 1 Jessie, 1 Seoyoon in the rally joiner. Then what will happen? At first 1 Jessie. So 1.25 coming from Jeronimo plus 0.25. This 0.25 coming from 1 Jessie. Again 1 plus 1.25. In this part, we have the 1 base attack plus 0.25 coming from Seoyoon. So what is happening here? 1.25, this particular 1.25 coming from Jeronimo first skill. Then this 0.25 coming from Jessie. So Jeronimo and Jessie, they together make the additive stat, and the base attack plus Seoyoon 25% attack up, that is making 1 plus 1.25 total multiply, and this is the answer. Now what will happen if we have 4 Jessie joiner? We are calling rally with 1 Jeronimo, we have 4 Jessie. Then what will happen? So 1.25, this 1.25 coming from Jeronimo, 1 is the base damage, 0.25 is the Jeronimo first skill, and 0.25 plus 0.25 plus 0.25 plus 0.25. These are coming from 4 Jessie. Total in the middle you can see plus, because Jessie have the damage up and Jeronimo first skill have the damage up. So together that is additive. That is 2.25. Now here I say you again, one invisible part is here. 2.25 multiply 1, that will be again 2.25. What will happen if we have 4 Seoyoon? Again you can see 1.25, this is coming from Jeronimo, and 0.25 coming from 1 Seoyoon. Again 0.25, 0.25, 0.25. All this 0.25 are coming from 4 Seoyoon. So 1 plus 4 Seoyoon, that is equal to 1.25 multiply 2 equal to 2.5. Okay, that's how 4 Seoyoon can work as the rally joiner in the Jeronimo's rally. Now what will happen if we have 3 Jessie and 1 Seoyoon? 3 Jessie, 1 Seoyoon. So this 1.25 coming from Jeronimo first skill, and 0.25 is the Jeronimo first skill and 1 is the base. Then 0.25 plus 0.25 plus 0.25. This 3 number coming from 3 Jessie, and we have 1 Seoyoon here. So 1 Seoyoon will be here, okay? And in the middle it is multiply. So what is the final answer? These 2 coming from all the damage up, and this 1.25 coming from all attack up, and total the multiply for the final damage. And what will happen if we have 2 Jessie and 2 Seoyoon in our rally as the joiner? One is the base damage. This 0.25 coming from Jeronimo first skill. Then 0.25 plus 0.25. These are coming from 2 Jessie. And Jessie and Jeronimo first skill additive. So it is plus. Then 2 Seoyoon. This one is the base attack. And 0.25 plus 0.25 coming from 2 Seoyoon. In the middle you can see multiply. Okay, and it is the final answer. That's how you can say 2 Jessie, 2 Seoyoon work in the Jeronimo's rally. Now, I told you this example is not correct. I mean, the values are correct, everything correct, but it is not possible in the real life. What is possible in the real life? That is the next example. Jeronimo in the rally collar, and we will count both Jeronimo first skill and Jeronimo second skill. Jeronimo first skill that has the damage up 25%. Jeronimo second skill that is attack up 25%. So damage up 25% that is additive with Jessie, and attack up 25% that is additive with the Seoyoon, and total they will multiply. I mean the final attack and final damage together they multiply. We are checking how we can calculate this one. So we have 2 Jessie. Now what will happen? This 1.25, it is coming from Jeronimo first skill I told you. Then we have 2 Jessie, so 0.25 plus 0.25. These are 2 Jessie. Okay. Together they are additive. So I add them. So Jessie, I mean Jeronimo first skill and 2 Jessie, that is making additive, this part. And how this 1.25 are coming? This 1.25 coming because of the Jeronimo second skill. Okay. In this 1.25, 1 is the base attack and 0.25 coming from Jeronimo second skill. Actually, this multiply 1 that was always here. Let's say when we are doing this 1.5. With this 1.5, there was multiply 1, but I did not write that. Or let's say this particular 1.5, when I'm calculating the attack up, again there was multiply 1 damage up, but I did not calculate that because multiply 1 equal to same number. But here I have to write it. If I don't write that, that will be a problem. So 2 Jessie, that is 0.25 plus 0.25, and this 1.25 coming from Jeronimo's side. So total they multiply. Okay, multiply, and this is the answer. Now what will happen if we have 2 Seoyoon? It will be exactly same answer, just the calculation is different. So when we have 2 Seoyoon, this 1.25 coming from Jeronimo, 1 coming from base, 0.25 coming from Jeronimo first skill, and here you can see 2 Seoyoon. So 0.25 plus 0.25 both attack up, and this 1.25 coming from Jeronimo second skill, and together they make the multiply stat. Okay, but you can see 2 Jessie and 2 Seoyoon, they make the exact same damage. I mean there is no difference in the damage, you can see. Now what will happen if we have 1 Jessie and 1 Seoyoon in our rally? So look at this. 1.25 coming from Jeronimo first skill, and 0.25 that is coming from Jessie. Again this 1.25 coming from Jeronimo second skill. Actually 0.25 coming from the Jeronimo second skill. The 1 is the base, and this 0.25 coming from Seoyoon skill, and together they make the multiplicative stat. That's how it works. What will happen if we have 4 Jessie joiner? Then look, in this 1.25, 1 is the base, 0.25 is the Jeronimo first skill. Then 0.25, 0.25, 0.25, 0.25, all are addition, and they are 4 Jessie. Okay, 4 Jessie, 25% damage up, that is exactly this one, what I mark. And again multiply 1.25. In this 1.25, 1 is the base attack, and 0.25 is the Jeronimo second skill. The final answer will be this. Okay, now let's say we have 4 Seoyoon. What will happen? The answer will be same, but the process is different. When we have 4 Seoyoon, You can see first 1.25. In this 1.25, 1 is the base and 0.25 is the Geronimo first skill. Now this one 1.25. Here 1 is the base and 0.25 is the Geronimo second skill. And 0.25 plus 0.25 plus 0.25 plus 0.25. These are all for Seoyoon. And the answer is this. I mean, uh, 2 Jessie gives some damage and 2 Seoyoon gives some damage. That is exactly same. And what 4 Jessie gives some damage or what 4 Seoyoon gives some damage, that is also exactly same. Okay. I mean 2 Jessie equal to 2 Seoyoon, 4 Jessie equal to 4 Seoyoon. Now we have 3 Jessie and 1 Seoyoon. What will happen? Try to understand properly. In this 1.25, 1 is the base, 0.25 is the Geronimo first skill. Now we have 3 Jessie. So 0.25 plus 0.25 plus 0.25. 3 Jessie, that is additive. And Jessie damage up, that is additive with the Geronimo first skill. So this is total addition. And we have 1 Seoyoon. Seoyoon have the attack up skill. And Geronimo second skill is the attack up skill. So here you can see 1.25. 1 is the base, 0.25 is the attack up. So 1.25 plus 0.25. This 0.25 coming from Seoyoon skill. So Geronimo second skill plus Seoyoon first skill. Together addition. And total multiplication. And what will happen if we have 2 Jessie and 2 Seoyoon? First 1.25. The 1 is the base, 0.25 is the Geronimo first skill. Then 0.25 plus 0.25 coming from 2 Jessie. Again 1.25. 1 is the base attack. 0.25 is the Geronimo second skill. And this 0.25 and 0.25 coming from 2 Seoyoon. Okay. And this is total addition because Geronimo first skill, that is additive with the Jessie. Geronimo second skill, that is additive with the Seoyoon. Total multiplication. Okay. So that's how you can see how Jessie and Seoyoon work in the rally. I gave you the example with the Jessie and Seoyoon. You can make other example by yourself. As example, Hendrik enemy defense down. Enemy defense down, that is a type of attack up. Okay. Enemy defense down is a type of attack up. So when it is combined with the Jessie, that is multiplicative because Jessie is damage up. And this particular skill, enemy defense down, that is a type of attack up. So Jessie and Hendrik together make the multiplicative. And any other skill you can check yourself. I am giving you one more example because this is some complicated topic. So okay, this one I write it. If joiner skill is same with the rally collar, it will be additive. As example, Geronimo first skill, that is additive with the Jessie. Geronimo second skill, that is additive with the Seoyoon. Now I am giving you one more example from the Bradley. Bradley have the attack up. So what will happen? Bradley as a rally caller, counting only Bradley first skill. Bradley first skill, that is 25% attack up. So let's say we have 2 Jessie joiner when we are calling rally with the Bradley. So 1 plus 0.25 plus 0.25. This one is the base lethality or you can say base damage. And this 0.25 and 0.25 coming from 2 Jessie. And this 1.25, it is coming from Bradley. 1 base attack, that is base, and 0.25 coming from Bradley first skill. And together, that is multiplicative. Okay. Now what will happen if we have 2 Seoyoon as the rally joiner? 1.25 plus 0.25 plus 0.25. Now you can tell me where is the damage? It is fully attack. This is fully attack. Where is the damage? Actually, we have invisible thing here. Multiply 1. Okay. 1.75 multiply 1, that is again 1.75. So we have 2 Seoyoon. So in this 1.25, 1 is the base attack and 0.25 coming from Bradley first skill. This 0.25 and 0.25 coming from 2 Seoyoon. Okay. And one more example, Jeronimo plus Bradley, both are rally caller. Then what will happen? I'm counting all skill of everybody, like Jeronimo first skill, second skill, Bradley first skill. I'm counting all of them. I'm giving only example with the 2 Jessie, 2 Seoyoon. You can take other example yourself. I'm just giving you base level idea. If you get the basic idea, you understand everything. So 2 Jessie. So at first we have 1.25. In this 1.25, one is the base damage and 0.25 coming from Jeronimo first skill. And 0.25 plus 0.25 coming from 2 Jessie. Okay. Now what is this 1.25 and what is this 0.25? In this 1.25, one is the base attack. This 0.25 coming from Jeronimo second skill. This 0.25 coming from Bradley first skill. Okay. Together they make the multiply. And what if we have 2 Seoyoon? If we have 2 Seoyoon, then first 1.25. In this 1.25, one is the base damage. 0.25 coming from Jeronimo first skill. And next part multiply, you can see this. This is, what is this? At first we have 1.25. In this 1.25, one is the base attack. And this 0.25 coming from Jeronimo second skill. Attack up 25%. This 0.25, it is coming from Bradley first skill. Attack up 25%. And this 0.25 and 0.25, they are coming from 2 Seoyoon. Okay. So that's how all the skill work in the rally joiner. I gave you some normal idea. If you understand this, you can understand how every skill work in Whiteout Survival. Now, I gave you the example with the rally. The same thing actually happened in case of Garrison. In case of Garrison, the defense up and health up, they together multiply. I mean, what happened in case of rally? Attack up and damage up, they multiply together. In case of Garrison, defense up and health up multiply together. Now, one thing I told you in the starting of the video, that same type skill create the diminishing effect. If we are using 4 Jessie, 1 Jessie give 25% damage. So you can think 4 Jessie can give 100% damage, but no, it is less than 100% because of the diminishing effect. I tried to tell you as much as possible from my side what knowledge I have about the rally and Garrison. If you have any question, you can ask in the comment. That is all for today's video. Thank you so much for watching and bye bye.